Hi, Leslie Koo here. Iran and the US, they're still talking, they're still trying to iron out in the peace agreement. Uh, in the meantime, based on the price movement of the oil prices and the gold price, market sentiments appears to be biased towards the the situations that something at this stage, something will come, or something good will result in their peace discussions between Iran and the US. But I think it is not likely the case unless the US has changed. It is still the US that we are familiar with. I'm not, if there is anyone who were to back down, I'm not the one. I still want the other side, for this case, Iran, to agree with whatever I demand. This is still the US, which we are familiar with. But the thing is that at this stage, or rather at this time, Iran is not like whichever country that the US dealt with in the past. Iran seems to, not seems, but how should I put it? Iran has shown that it is not backing down. It wants to be like a peer-to-peer discussions pertaining to the ceasefire agreement. And of course, Iran will demand like, oh, I want my money back. I want all the sanctions on me to be lifted, so on and so forth. But of course, unless, like what I said just now, unless the US has changed 180 degree, it is not likely that the US will agree to whatever Iran has demanded. So that is the situation. And what it means is that, my view is, the situations, there's a high probability of the situations getting worse before getting better. And let's see what the impact of this in the oil and gold price in the coming sessions. Let's look at the oil price first. So this is the baseline. And because I would see that because of the sensitivity of the situations, meaning it can get worse the next hour, and of course it can get better the next hour. So that's why there's a high chance of the oil price band, the neighboring band, the upper and the lower, there's a high chance of that happening given the current situations. And I would think that my view is that the oil price is still biased toward the upward momentum. At this stage, unlikely that the US and Iran will agree, yes, we agree to all the terms, no more bombing from the US, Israel, and Iran said, oh, well, okay, fine, I'll open up the strait, no more blockage. Then you say, okay, I will retreat I'll send my ships away. That is not going to happen. That's why I see that bias is still toward the upward pressure or upward momentum on the oil price. Now, let's take a look at the gold price. This is a baseline, and likewise, the upper band and the lower band still have a high probability of occurrence because of the volatility of the current situations. Very volatile, very fluid. Anything can change in the next hour, can be to the bad, to the worse. But my view is that at this stage, it's still biased towards the situations that the conflicts between the US and Iran will get worse before it can get better. That's why on the gold price, the bias is towards the downward momentum of the gold price. That's why you see that it's bottom heavy. Can I say that? Yeah. So this is the overall view of the oil and gold prices in the coming sessions. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Cheers.